writing in Italiano. That's called this part 2, although I'm not so sure what part 1 was. Anyway, let's take a very simple sentence, and then let's see how we can expand it and turn it into a more complex sentence. What kind of devices we can use to start writing in Italian. Let's take a sentence such as io prendo il treno. I take the train. Let's start with the analysis of prendo. Prendo comes from the infinitive of the verb prendere. Prendere is a verb of the second conjugation. It ends with ere in the infinitive. Again, a reminder, are is the ending for verbs of the first conjugation, and ire is the ending for verbs of the third conjugation. Very good. So we have prendere, and among the various clues and shortcuts to learn and remember Italian, you should remember that io, when you conjugate it, always ends with o. The form for io always ends with o. So you take prendere, you know that the root is prend, and then you also know that each person has a different ending, a branch, whatever you want to call it. So the root with io, it will always be o. It's a regularity across every verb and every conjugation. Well, while we are at it, let me add that tu will always end with I across all verbs of all conjugation. And then another regularity is noi. If you remember the ending of noi of any verb, regular verb, of course, you know that the ending is iamo. Iamo, noi prendiamo. This is true for all verbs across all conjugations. Are, ere, ire. Present tense, io prendo, tu prendi, noi prendiamo. Okay? So now we have the sentence io prendo il treno. How do we expand this into a complex sentence? Well, we simply imagine a series of questions, of WH questions, and the respective answers. So, a question about io prendo il treno. Somebody might ask you, dove? And the answer is io prendo il treno alla stazione. It can also be in stazione, but now we are not focusing on the prepositions. Okay? So here you have a very simple sentence that is already complicated, or the complexity is increased by adding a piece of information. Io prendo il treno alla stazione, in stazione. Well, let's ask quando. When do you take the train? Quando tu prendi il treno? Quando prendi il treno tu, because you know that the subject goes at the end. Quando prendi il treno tu? Io prendo il treno alla stazione di mattina. Again, there is a choice. It could also be alla mattina. That's irrelevant. Io prendo il treno alla stazione alla mattina. Do you want to add another piece of information? Io prendo il treno alla stazione di Brooklyn alla mattina, and so forth. And then you can ask something like come. Come? How does it apply to io prendo il treno? Come who? Well, imagine that someone is asking about how the train is. Come è il treno alla mattina? How is the train in the morning? Com'è il treno alla mattina? Il treno alla mattina, di mattina, è affollato. Yes, it means crowded. And you can include this as a second sentence. Io prendo il treno alla stazione alla mattina, period. Il treno alla mattina è sempre, always, affollato. È sempre affollato. What if you were one of the lucky people who instead always finds empty trains? Non è mai, non mai, never, affollato. So by learning only a very few adverbs or elements, you can begin to create much more complex sentences. The crucial point is imagining what kind of questions you could ask, reliable questions that you can ask, realistic questions. Let's say that you want to know what kind of means of transportation someone takes in the morning. How do you say what? Che cosa? Che cosa? Prendi in the morning, di mattina alla mattina. Che cosa prendi? Tu. For what purpose? Che cosa prendi per venire a scuola? To go to school. And we can continue. Let's go back to the easier structure. You saw io prendo il treno, you could ask con chi prendi il treno? Con chi prendi il treno tu? Io prendo il treno con, and then you give an answer. Perché? Why do you take the train? And then here you can give an infinity of answers. Perché? Ok. Perché? You know that perché means both why and because. Perché il treno? And here is your choice. Costa meno. Less. The train costs less. Il treno è più veloce. It is faster. Il treno arriva in orario. In orario means on time. It is not late. Or you can say non arriva in ritardo, which means does not arrive late. È in orario, is on time, is not late. And so you continue. So a very simple sentence like that describes an activity that is common, regular, daily occurrence can become the basis for a much longer sentence that can even become a short paragraph. Com'è il treno? You know that come è becomes com'è, and you also know that the subject goes after the verb when we have these kind of questions. Com'è il treno? Com'è il treno? How is a train? Il treno è comodo, vecchio, affollato, sempre, here is always, in ritardo. So somebody, when you answer, il treno è sempre in ritardo, says, well then why do you take it? Perché prendi il treno? And then you say, perché il treno costa meno. So you take any basic structure, any basic sentence that is a statement with some kind of activity. Io guardo la TV. I watch television. With whom? When? Where? What do you watch on TV? How do you watch TV? Or how is the TV, meaning the shows that you watch? Just a very simple statement like this. If you think about all the possible questions and you formulate the answers, can create a very simple paragraph about anything. You want to think about something else. Io amo la musica. Now you know that the easier form, the standard basic form is mi piace, but mi piace, which means I like, has several complications because of the structure. So let's take io amo. Io amo, I love, which can also mean I like, la musica. Then the question is, we introduced like a new question that we haven't seen yet. Quale? Which means which? Which one? Which kind? Quale musica? Again, quale, we regard it as a WH word, right? Quale. So, quale musica ami tu? Remember that we take the subject and we put it after the verb. Quale musica ami tu? Which means which kind? Quale tipo, type di musica ami tu? Io amo, and then here is your choice. Rock and roll, blues, jazz. There is also a new genre of music that came up in the last 10, 20 years that some of you probably like, but let's leave that aside. Io amo la musica. And again, go on and on. Or you can ask about someone else. We take Luigi. Gioca a calcio. Luigi. Does he play at soccer? That's what we say. Does he play at soccer? Where, when, with whom, and things like that. So any simple statement that contains a verb that indicates an activity can be transformed in a paragraph that contains information about that particular activity, about what you do. So it's a very simple approach. A simple statement, imaginary possible questions, possible answers, and following the appropriate form and agreements, the syntactic grammatical rules, there you have a beginning of what is your activity of writing in Italiano.